I'm on my way to see my very first Jinjer concert in Portugal. This is also my first big metal concert. Should I be worried?
No. Happy birthday!
Dash. Are you serious? Are you fucking doing a Jinjer?
Oh yeah!
Literally nothing prepared me for what was gonna happen at the show. So go ahead, laugh at my expense. I'm a huge Jinjer fan. I love their music and I adore Tatiana. In fact, my plan was to go like a true fangirl to the show dressed like that, with this fake fringe. But then I chickened out. Check this out. Yo, meet El Guitarón.
Hola, cabrón!
So the concert is in Lisbon, Portugal, the big city where all the fun happens. It's a 3-hour drive. Built for My Valentine is headlining. I've never really listened to them, so I'm curious to see how they perform. Then Jinjer plays after Atreyu. Oh yeah! A little background, I've always loved rock and metal. But before I was exposed to heavy music by my brothers, my first big concert was John the Jovi. With my mom, I think I was in my early teens. But since then, I've never really had anyone to go with. So El Guitarón and I recently went to Guns N' Roses. And just some local bands, nothing on this scale. So we got there just in time for Atreyu. They put on a pretty cool show. And check out the guitarist, Travis Miguel. Good lord, we need to feature him here on Gym Rock Crew. Atreyu played for about 45 minutes. So we are positioned right here. I wanted to go to the front of the stage as much as possible because I really wanted to see Tatiana and the band up close. Jinjer gets on stage. Gosh, that outfit, that stage presence. I'm standing there with my fucking mouth open, just staring at Tatiana. Now from where I was standing, I couldn't really hear her voice that much. I felt like the rest of the sound kind of overpowered her voice, possibly because I was so close to the stage. Within the first few minutes of Jinjer starting, the gig took a violent turn. It became a fucking battlefield. Remember, I have never been to a big metal concert in my life. People started moshing right behind us, which was fine. I wasn't that close to the circle. But suddenly, something hit my head so hard. It was the crowd surfer. The first crowd surfer fell headfirst to the floor. I didn't get a good look, but it was quite bad. This was the first of like 100 fucking crowd surfers. And for the next hour that Jinjer played, they were just coming in every few seconds, and their route was just above our heads. watch the show properly because we had to keep looking back to prepare for the next crowd surfer. So we wouldn't get fucking kicked in the head, you know. At one point, I pulled out my hairband and frantically started tying up my hair because it was just getting yanked all over the place. Can you imagine what would have happened to my fringe? I looked next to me and there was a girl also frantically tying up her hair. Our eyes locked and we just burst out laughing. Also, I had this on, and before it became a weapon and inspired the next Cannibal Corpse song, I removed it, put it in my pocket. Meanwhile, this one gets entangled in some girl's hair. While we were just being pushed around violently, El Guitarron had a bracelet which got caught onto a crowd surfer's shoe, and so he got pulled through the crowd like Superman. You guys, no training could have prepared me for this. In fact, the only break we got was when Tatiana switched to clean vocals. As soon as she started growling again and the music picked up, which was for the most part, fucking hell, we were like, get ready, here they come again. I have never experienced something like this. It was fucking insane. And as I was standing there getting pulverized from every direction, something other than a shoe hit me. I started taking it all in, feeling all that energy from the crowd. Just being surrounded by metalheads, passionate people who enjoy the same kind of music I do. Watching this larger than life goddess Tatiana up close, just surrounded by this incredible sound. I couldn't help but smile. I was in hell, and it was fucking beautiful. It was then that I decided that I would dedicate the rest of my life to watching gigs. Who's gonna pay the bills? Well, look, they'll subscribe, and YouTube will pay my bills, right? Right? So I've already learned a couple of things by this point, and I'll share those with you in just a bit. Now, as soon as Jinjer finished, we scurried away from the front line, way back to somewhere here, to watch the headliner, Bullet for My Valentine. This position was cool. I could hear and see everything. I didn't get pushed around that much. The crowd was still going fucking crazy though. And from my new vantage point, I had those feels again. Literal goosebumps. Fucking heavy sound everywhere. The lights, the energy. There was a mosh pit that just went on for pretty much the whole show. El Guitarron is in there somewhere. It was also very cool to see girls crowd surfing and also in the mosh pit. I really enjoyed Bullet for My Valentine's music, I must say. Especially the bass player's vocals. Killer. All in all, it was a fucking brutal show. I really enjoyed it. Best birthday present. Some lessons I learned. None of this, none of this, none of this. Also, standing in front of the stage is fucking massacre. Always carry your hair tie. Don't wear your favorite shoes. And prepare to be trampled on, kicked and pushed. I've got loads of gigs coming up, including Pantera, Slipknot and Rammstein. I cannot wait to share my experience with you. And if you haven't watched my video on Tatiana Schmeilyuk, go check it out right here. Give us a growl.